Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. Just like the title of this video reads, Omoto for Fame is going to prison. Papa J. Jeremiah Omoto for Fame, the TB Joshua of Wari, is going to prison. And there are only a few people that know this. Jeremiah himself and his lawyer. They know this for a fact. Do you think that it's a coincidence that they are doing all those damage controls right now when the court days are approaching? It's not just about the court. They know it's still a long way to go. The damage control, the intensity of the damage control that they are doing, of getting women, buying off women to come and act as if they are dropping their kids or they are dumping their kids at Mercy City. They are spending a lot of money for that damage control. And the reason why they are doing it, they just want to use all these videos that they are doing, and we've gathered all of them. They are going to work against them. They are using them so that they can use them as reference to say this has been happening at Mercy City, and it keeps on happening. And Jeremiah is on the verge of losing himself right now. If you go and check Jeremiah Omoto, the guy has lost weight. The guy is no longer himself. He has lost control of who he is. And it all comes down to him being arrogant. Had he listened to the advice we gave him, he wouldn't be in this mess right now. When Jeremiah gave that 4-day prophecy, that the child would be found in 4 days, when he gave that prophecy, the only thing he was supposed to do is to release testimony. That's all. We could not have gone this far. But now Jeremiah is at a stage whereby he does not know what to do. And the people advising Jeremiah, they are dummies. They don't care about Jeremiah Omoto. They think they are helping him, but they are throwing him in a bottomless pit. Because Jeremiah is getting to a point whereby he will not get out of this. He knows he's going to be imprisoned for the missing child. He knows Juliet is going to be imprisoned for the missing child. He knows Emmanuel Marcus is going to be imprisoned for the missing child. Jeremiah Gallibos, let me tell you this. Let me warn you. Most of you do not understand the intensity of this case. You do not understand it. That's why you are blabbering and you are making too much noise. No, Ruth lied. Ruth sold the child. You do not have an idea how much of a mess your father, your spiritual father, Jeremiah Omoto is. But now he's coming to that realization that this might make his entire kingdom crumble. And it is going to. A child missing is not normal. It's not a light case that can be swept under the carpet. There's a baby missing, you people. Wake up, man. Stop making some nonsense and useless arguments. For the past 2 years, a baby has been missing. Where did he get missing? Where did the baby disappear? Where was he abducted? At Mercy City. Who is Mercy City? It's Jeremiah Omoto. Who's responsible? It's Jeremiah Omoto. Who are the accomplices? Juliet and Marcus, and Emmanuel Marcus, and the two anonymous women that carried out the operation. I wish if I can knock some sense into your heads so that you can all start smelling the coffee, that whether you like it or not, Jeremiah Omoto, regardless of his power, his money, there is no way out of a case like this. He is the one responsible for the missing child. This is not defamation of character, you fools. Wake up. This is not assassination of character. Wake up. I know you see Nigeria as a lawless country, but some things like this, they've happened before. When they happened, do you know what happened? Cases of kids missing in churches, this is not the first time. I got a video from Parara Mock News. I want you to watch it. A similar case, identical case, is the one of Ruth Matthew. Action was taken. The prophet was arrested. He's spending his life in prison right now. And a case like this will be used as legal precedent to come to a judgment to a case of Jeremiah Omoto. That's what you people don't understand. You still think, no, this case is lukewarm, this case is what, this case is not. Jeremiah is going to spend the rest of his life in prison, not alone and all his accomplices. Had he made sure that the child comes back in those 4 days, we could not have gotten here. I want you to watch a case that I watched from Parara, which happened about a year or 2 years ago, of a similar case of a 1-year-old child that went missing at another prophet's shrine. And they were saying there's no evidence to implicate the prophet. Really? There's no evidence. A child goes missing in the children's section. And you say there's no evidence to implicate the prophet. And the one that is a patron to that department, to that section, to that kids section. You must be crazy, you people. Very crazy. Watch this case that happened. A similar case, identical case to the one of Jeremiah Omoto, to the one of testimony. And you come here and tell me that, no, you're accusing. We are not accusing Jeremiah Omoto. Jeremiah Omoto is responsible and he will be held responsible. Emmanuel Marcus together with him and Juliet. And all these vagabonds that have been propagating and pushing a propaganda that, no, you're trying to assassinate, no, Jeremiah is innocent, doing all that damage control. You might also be tied and go together with them because you are an accomplice to this crime. You're trying to avoid justice for testimony, for baby testimony. So watch this video and let's do an analysis after you watch it.
One woman carry pikin 1 year pikin go church prophet for Ondo State. Because they put your pikin for children class. Normally na go down every children class they give her to the teacher. After they close, abe mama, this thing happened from November last year. They not see pikin again. When my pikin they say no more. The woman say for the year. They close church, they go meet pastor. They can they do gudu. They don't say the woman before the pikin come outside, he push fire. The woman say lie to lie. He report to police. Police have not do anything. Now then the woman take action. Your husband take action. Those of remember watch her last year when the woman they talk.
Police in Ondo State have announced that they are yet to get any concrete lead to effect any arrest regarding the case of a missing baby, Kolawole Gold.
The baby was said to have disappeared during church program in Oshinle quarters, Akure, Ondo State. The parents of the boy are accusing the police of failing to properly investigate the matter. Ayodeji Moradoyo has more on this.
Baby Kolawole Gold was declared missing during a program at Sotitobire Church in Oshinle quarters, Akure, Ondo State on Sunday, 10th of November. The 1-year-old baby was allegedly kept in the children's department, but those in charge failed to produce him upon request by the parents. 11 days after, the boy is yet to be found, despite a series of allegations.
I went to check on my child and I discovered that my child was missing. I announced I did everything. None of the ushers, the children workers did anything concerning the situation. I was the one looking for my child myself.
When my wife went there, she couldn't find our son again, and we've reported to almost all the police stations in Akure.
The mother of the boy also foretell the manner the police are carrying out investigation into the matter, which she described as shoddy. She said the police have not done enough to probe the church and its members.
We reported immediately at B Division Police Station on Sunday, 8 o'clock at night, when the pastor asked us to go home. That was when it was like, is it possible for us to go home? That was when we now went to report at B Division. But fortunately, the next day, we were so disappointed that those we went to report to were now the one guiding the pastor.
But the State Police Command says it has not shielding anybody in the case. The State Commissioner of Police said the command has not got concrete facts to effect any possible arrests.
The facts of the case is that when the child got missing, the parents did not even deem it fit to report to the police. The investigation is still ongoing, and where we have not got a concrete lead to enable us effect any arrest, we cannot just go about arresting innocent people.
As police continue with their investigation, the parents of the missing boy are running out of patience and they cannot wait to welcome their boy back home. Ayodeji Moradoyo, TVC News.
Woman, the woman, the husband say, for where? Now there people enter the shop, scatter, say they don't move the pikin. Not be small wahala happen before they call cash pastor. They don't judge the cases now. They don't sentence the pastor to life in prison with 5 people, I mean 6 people, for kidnapping and other things now because they not see the dead body nana I'm not na some man will report now say what came we gario abeni na you understand that those of them here where they talk we regarding laba.
The High Court sitting in Akure has sentenced the founder of Shotitobire Praising Chapel, Babatunde Alpha, and 5 other members of his church to life imprisonment over the disappearance of a year-old boy in his church. Justice Olusegun Odushola found them guilty and acquitted one of them.
After over 10 months of litigation, the judgment day has come. The suspects stood trial over the disappearance of a year-old boy, Gold Kolawole, in November last year in a church known as Shotitobire Praising Chapel, operated by Babatunde Alpha. The issue culminated into the burning of his church, though the body of the missing boy was not found in his church. In his judgment, which lasted for 4 hours, the trial judge, Justice Odushola, convicted the prophet and 5 members of his church, having found them guilty of the 2-count charge of kidnapping and aiding and abetting to kidnap based on the circumstantial evidence presented by the prosecution. The court also condemned in strong terms what it termed complicity, compromise and lackadaisical attitude of the Ondo State Police Command after Gold got missing, which also led to the burning of Shotitobire Church. But counsel to the convicted prophet said the judgment will be challenged.
Has been delivered. The judgment is either against or for, and whoever the judgment is against has the right of appeal. The fact that a judgment is against the defendant today does not mean they can't exercise their right of appeal. We will consult with them and take the necessary steps.
On count 1, the 6 of them were sentenced to 7 years imprisonment with hard labor. On count 2, they were sentenced to life imprisonment without an option of parole. Then the 7th defendant, because they said we have not proved beyond reasonable doubt the offense of destroying property or evidence, is discharged and acquitted.
One of the 6 church members was however discharged and acquitted because there was no evidence directly linking him to the crime. Ayodeji Muradeyo, TVC News, Akure.
This case alone should give you an idea of the intensity of the case of baby testimony. Listen, it doesn't matter when this happened. It might have happened 15 years ago, 20 years ago, but we can still fight for justice now, and justice will be served. The strong arm of the law will show you how strong and powerful and mighty it is. There's a point where money can no longer buy you out. And at this stage, there's no amount of money that can buy Jeremiah freedom. There are no amount of bribes that can be paid to judges, to lawyers, or to whoever to make this case go away. The disadvantage Jeremiah Omoto have right now is this case is in the public domain and the entire world is watching. The judges know that the entire world is watching. No one will compromise on a case like this. Had Jeremiah released testimony on that prophecy, fake prophecy, on that confession he made, we could have pardoned him. We could not have gone this far. But he chose to be arrogant. He chose to listen to myopic people. In that prophecy, he made it clear that he knows where the child is. In case you have forgotten about the prophecy, listen to what he said.
If this baby comes out, what will you do? What will you do? I will rededicate myself to God. You rededicate? I will rededicate myself. What about you? If this baby, now the enemies, the Lord said, he said the baby, he has set confusion among the people that who caused this calamity. But I'm telling you,
a feast of thanksgiving.
Hey, listen, take this my word. Even 1 second to this moon to run up, this baby that missing, you hear a good news.
Amen.
Even 1 second to this mood, what I have seen in the realm of the spirit, I'm seeing. How can you accuse the person like this? You that the person who are following me, are you ready to dance and celebrate with me? Zoom people, If the baby come out or from anywhere, are you ready to celebrate with me?
This was confirmation that the brother knows where the child is. No one can be so confident in their utterances to a point whereby they can say in 4 days, this case will be a bygone. And the only reason why the case will be a bygone is because the child will be found. In their ignorance, they make so many mistakes that will implicate them. Jeremiah is going to prison. Whether we find baby testimony or we don't find baby testimony, Jeremiah, Juliet, and Emmanuel Marcus, they will pay a price for what they did. The police that covered up this case, they will pay a price for what they did. They'll surely do. And we will make sure that they do. Jeremiah is mighty. No one is mighty when a child is missing. When a 2-year-old boy is missing. And we still yet do not know what they did to that boy. We don't know where that boy is right now. We don't know what that boy is going through. But there are so many things that happen in these occultic churches. Look at this pastor. He's serving an entire lifetime in prison. And they've not yet found the boy that went missing. A poor little 1-year-old boy went missing, and up to now, nobody knows where that boy is. And you can tell the pastor is guilty. But some of these kids, they give them to highest bidders. We have so many sick people in Western countries, rich people, filthy rich people, that have internal body organs which are no longer functioning, which are dysfunctional. And they groom these kids so that they can start plucking out organs from them and start selling them. I don't want us to have those thoughts right now, but there are so many things that happen. Some use them for rituals, and some use them for different other things. But that's not important right now. What matters is justice will be served. In this case of a prophet, of this false charlatan that kidnapped, abducted this 1-year-old boy, will be used as legal precedent to make a judgment on the case of Jeremiah Omoto. If this charlatan can be arrested and spend his entire life in prison, what's so special about Jeremiah Omoto? What makes Jeremiah Omoto immune to be arrested? What makes Juliet, Emmanuel Marcus, immune from being arrested? Yet the cases are the same. It's one and the same thing that happened. Everything that happened to this false prophet is going to happen to Jeremiah Omoto. So the followers and gullibles of this false prophet, of Jeremiah Omoto for fame, start smelling the coffee, start advising your papa to release baby testimony. I told you to come up with a script. I told you a long time ago you thought we were bluffing. Come up with a script. Do anything that makes sure that baby testimony is reunited with the family. I don't care how you do it. As long as it exonerates you people, as long as we get baby testimony back, you might have a case. But in a case like this, as long as baby testimony is still missing, you're going down, Omoto, and your entire syndicate. Believe you me. Watch the space. If you think we are playing, then you'll see. There's no mountain too high, no rivers too deep. The spirit of testimony will fight. And we'll never stop making noise. We'll never stop fighting for justice, for testimony. So till I meet you again on the next episode of the Enlightenment series, it's Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'm out.